Hey y'all, welcome back.
It's Wednesday, so you know
We're winging it. And we're winging it in our brand new Aire.
We're really excited to be in this, but since we made the announcement last week that we chose a 2021 Newmar New Aire as our new home, a lot of people were surprised because the last 3 years we've lived, worked, and traveled full-time in a 2017 Tiffin Breeze.
Yeah.
So why did we choose Newmar instead of going with another Tiffin?
That's the topic for this week's Wingin' It. Okay, before we get started with this week's Wingin' It, we got just some really exciting news. We hit 25,000 subscribers yesterday on YouTube, and wow.
Woohoo!
Thank you for everybody who has subscribed. And obviously, if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for?
25,000 people can't be wrong.
Yeah.
But seriously, thank y'all so much to everyone who subscribed and joins us for our adventures and fun. We have a ton of great stuff coming up. We're really excited.
We've got some content that's going to blow people away. And I'm telling you what, it's blowing us away. Where we're sitting today, we're getting work done, and we're going to bring that to you. And I'll just say a hint: solar, lithium, and it's going to be exciting. And it's not just your typical setup. So that's coming. And so you're going to want to subscribe if you aren't subscribed, because it's going to be some interesting stuff.
Absolutely. So thank you, everybody, for getting us to this huge milestone. We're really excited, and we're going to make sure to bring you a lot of great stuff coming up.
For sure.
So now let's get into Wingin' It. You know the rules for Wingin' It. We set the timer on my phone for 10 minutes. We talk about the topic. When the timer goes off, we wrap things up. This is completely unedited, unscripted, and you get what you get. So, 10 minutes on the clock. We're winging it.
Yeah, well, guys, first and foremost, yes, we didn't get a Tiffin this time, but we loved our Tiffin Breeze. Don't get us wrong. Tiffin did us right. We loved our Breeze. It was just,
the customer service during the 3 years that we owned it was outstanding.
Yeah, that is going to be a tough one for Newmar to match. We'll see. I can't imagine it getting any better, but maybe it will. But it was incredible. Tiffin did us right. You know, we had a big breakdown one time, and Tiffin paid the tow and didn't have to. I mean,
it wasn't a Tiffin issue.
It wasn't a Tiffin issue. So I mean, they really are a solid company as far as backing their products.
And y'all know we love everybody in and around Red Bay, Alabama, where we would always go for our annual service with the Tiffin. Those guys are phenomenal.
It's a special place. There's no doubt about it.
Absolutely. So this choice had nothing to do with not liking the experience with Tiffin.
No. Because
we can't say enough good things about our experience as Tiffin owners. So what happened was, so at the end of last year, after we passed our second year as full-time RVers and we were entering our third year, we sat down and we said, okay, what's going well? What would we like to change? Do we see an end in sight as full-timers? And the answer to that was no. We see no end in sight to our full-time RV journey. We are loving every minute of it. Our list of things we want to see and do on the road just keeps getting longer.
It's getting bigger.
Instead of shorter.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, like we said at the beginning of this year, where I know the pandemic really scared a lot of people off the road, and folks decided not to full-time anymore, we went the opposite way. Our feeling is it further legitimizes why we went full-time, to have the freedom to do what we want to do when we want to do it. And so when we were looking at a new coach and going all in, we still wanted to stay in a small package.
Right.
I mean, that's our number one criteria, that we don't want to go too big, because then we limit ourselves getting into a lot of parks.
Right.
So that...
And it's not that you can't camp in national parks with a larger rig. It just means that you have fewer options for campsites the bigger you get. And
Yeah.
so we want to maximize our opportunities there, but still be in a Class A diesel pusher motorhome, because that's the type of RV that we prefer.
Right. And the new amenities and stuff that we wanted, we really were only considering a Newmar or a Tiffin.
Right.
That Tiffin was still on the table, and Newmar has always been on the table. So we wanted to go with a coach from one of those two companies.
But first we thought, well, maybe we can take the things that we'd really like to add, because now, knowing that we were going to be on the road for who knows how long, there were certain amenities that we would like to have for our daily lives, since this is our home 365 days a year. Could we add some of those priorities into the Breeze that we had? Would that make sense? And so what we did was we made a list of things that we would like to add or have, and then we prioritized those, and we took the first few and we said, okay, can we retrofit those into our Breeze? So some of those things, just off the beginning, were a washer and dryer. We've talked about that in the past, how we didn't have a washer and dryer with the Breeze. Now you can get a new Breeze with a washer and dryer.
Washer and dryer. So we could have looked at a possible new Breeze, but our number two thing, which to me it's almost a number one thing, was a bigger refrigerator.
Yes.
I mean, Stacy and I try to eat healthy. We buy a lot of vegetables. We shop at a lot of farmers markets and stuff, and eat fresh vegetables and everything. So we need space.
Well, and we like to camp in state parks and national park campgrounds and places where a grocery store isn't always super handy, so we need to be able to stock up. And so, first of all, going back to the washer and dryer real quick, we maybe could have retrofitted and put one into our 2017 Breeze, but that would have meant running electrical, water, and sewer, plus probably additional bracing for support into the back, and it just wasn't really practical.
Well, and also, I don't think it was practical at all, because we'd have to give up half of our closet that was already small. So it really wasn't going to be practical.
As far as the refrigerator goes, it really wouldn't be possible to put a bigger refrigerator in the Breeze, because the point of the Breeze is that it is the smallest Class A diesel pusher that is currently manufactured, that is not only shorter in length, it's also more narrow than the other Class A motorhomes, and it's shorter in height. So putting a regular size standard residential refrigerator into a Breeze just isn't, it doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit. There was no way. So then the Breeze was off the table. Even the newer Breezes wouldn't fit in the newer Breezes. So even if we went up to the 33 Breeze, which we considered, it still doesn't fit. So that's why the Breeze was taken off the table. Now, Tiffin also makes a 35 CP bus, and that's new for Tiffin in the last couple years. But the problem is, had it just been 35, it would have been a contender, but it really is 37 feet.
Right.
So now, to us, 37 feet is too big.
Right.
We did not want to go that big. We could possibly push to 35, but we were not going to push to 37, and we really didn't want to push to 35.
Right.
I mean, New Aire, we could have bought a 35-foot New Aire, too, with the bigger engine and everything else, but we wanted to go as small as possible. And one exciting note on that is we believe we got the very last 21 New Aire 33-footer, because they're not making them in 22. So we may have the last 33-footer they're going to make, unless they bring them back.
As a New Aire. Yeah.
As a New Aire.
If it's not the last, it's one of the last.
Yeah, for sure. And so that's pretty exciting to us. I mean, it's plenty of motor for us. In fact, it was awesome driving up here. I felt like I was sitting in a Cadillac. I mean, it really had a smooth ride and easy to drive. And yeah, I mean, it's not tougher to drive than the Breeze. It's every bit as easy to drive than the Breeze. The Breeze is smaller, so it's easier to get into places, but still very nice to drive. So that was part of our major criteria. Tiffin really didn't even make one that would fit our needs
Right.
this time around.
Right. the other things we really wanted to do, we wanted to get rid of propane and go all electric at this point.
Yep.
We wanted to have room on the roof for a significant amount of solar.
Yes.
And so the roof configuration came in to be really important. You know, where did they put the air conditioning units and things like that? Which that's kind of interesting, because then you got to kind of figure out what the roof looks like on these different units. And so, you know, all of these things kind of came into play, and we just kept coming back to the New Aire because it is less than 34 feet, and so it's still in the small category. We're still under 12 feet.
Well,
or under 13 feet, excuse me. We're over 12 feet.
As far as height.
In height.
And just quite honestly, I've followed the New Aire since the day it came out. I mean, I saw the unveiling.
This version of the New Aire.
Yes.
Because they used to make one actually back in the early 2000s.
Yes. I'm talking about
we actually
the one
looked
that we're
at one
in.
of those way back in the day.
And when it came back, yeah, we did. When it came back, I saw the day they unveiled it. Newmar, when they unveiled it to all the dealers, I saw a video online, and I loved it right off the bat. And so it's always been on my radar, because it's almost like it's been my dream coach. So we're sitting in what I felt like was my dream coach, and I think it's Stacy's too, but it definitely was mine. And so it got flung up to the top of the list pretty quick. But another thing that really helped is an important thing in our decision too was that we had a dealer that we were buying from that not only we felt like we were getting a good deal from, but one that if we need service along the way, which everybody, you know, every coach is going to need service, you know, how easy is it going to be to get that service? And you know, we knew Brett and Angie from NIRVC. We'd met them years back. Solid people. If you watch the videos and stuff, I mean, Angie's exactly like you see her on the videos, and Brett is solid gold. And so they sell, you know, Newmar in Texas.
Yep.
So we'll finish up this thought here. They sell Newmar in Texas. So we thought, well, let's just check with them. Let's see, because, man, wouldn't it be awesome if we could buy from NIRVC, because they have dealerships now all around the country. So no matter where we're at, we could get to an NIRVC and get some help. So that just so happened, when I looked it up, they had one available, or a chassis available, of the 33. Just one. They had 18 New Aires on order. One of them was a 33. I called Brett immediately.
All the rest were 35 foot.
They were all 35 footers. So I called Brett immediately. He checked to see, and just by chance, it hadn't started building yet.
Right.
So he said, oh yeah, it's available. And, you know, we worked out price and everything. And the price was very, very fair. And so we were like, we're doing it. You know, and then how awesome was that? We got to order our own coach. That's why we got this incredible paint job. I mean, I hope you like it. We love it. And I mean, the feedback on it has been tremendous. So, you know what? When you see our coach, you're going to know it's us.
That's for sure. And we are going to give a full tour inside and out of this new coach. But we decided to wait until we finish all the solar and everything.
Yeah.
So you can see what it really is like as we hit the road.
And we're doing that right now as we speak. I mean, we're filming this, and like we said, we're at MasterTech in
Elkhart, Indiana.
Okay, and what's crazy is this coach has a little over 2,000 miles on it. 1,000 of it was taking it from the Napanee right next door down to Dallas, and then from Dallas right back up here. So that's all the miles on this coach, and which is kind of crazy. But
we got to meet Tim and his son Austin and their crew several years ago at an FMCA rally here at the folks at MasterTech. And we've talked to them now several times over the years, so we're excited to be working with them.
Oh yeah, they're awesome, and hopefully things keep going smooth, and I can promise you, you're going to want to see all the information stuff about the solar and lithium setup we're going to do, because You probably haven't seen a setup like this before. I'll just leave it at that. But it's going to be worth looking at.
So give us a little time to get all that done, and then we'll be posting the full video walkthrough and tour of our New Aire. But we're super excited to have it. We still love Tiffin.
Yes.
And all the folks that work for Tiffin.
And we want to say thank you to Tiffin.
Absolutely.
Thank you to Bob Tiffin, who was always there when we needed him. And, you know, when we went to go talk to him, he was so gracious to sit down with us and film a video with us.
Solid gold.
Solid gold. The Tiffin family was great to us. So this is not a knock against Tiffin whatsoever. We would buy another Tiffin in a heartbeat.
Yep.
If it was the right coach. That's the main thing.
It comes down to when you find the right coach for you at that time, that's what you have to go with. And for us right now in our lives, the New Aire fits every bit of the bill, checks all the boxes, and so we are excited to start our new adventures in our New Aire.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's our conversation on why we chose a Newmar over Tiffin this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope it answers your questions, and we will see you again soon. Keep on winging it. Thanks for joining us. Safe travels.
And happy camping.
Bye.
Bye.